Hey everyone, it's Mr. Boomstick XL and welcome to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. The Xbox One X is finally out. November 7th was a glorious day for Xbox gamers across the globe. This is our championship, our Super Bowl win if you will. It has been an extremely hard road, but we have finally been given the system that Microsoft promised us. And I'm here to tell you, they delivered tenfold. There are tons of impression and unboxing videos to watch on YouTube, so I certainly appreciate you taking the time to watch my video. If you're on the fence about buying an X, I hope I provide some clarity to your decision. I'm going to give you a rundown on what I played first, second, and what's kept me glued to the 4K screen. Right out of the box, I popped in Assassin's Creed Origins, and I was blown away. The lighting and textures were incredible. The character models are truly next gen, and it runs super smooth with no screen tearing or stuttering in any way. I'm really excited to see what Microsoft and third-party developers do with games made from the ground up for the Xbox One X moving forward. Here's a list of games I played after AC Origins. First up was Rise of the Tomb Raider. I preferred the Enriched Visuals mode, which runs the game at 4K 30 FPS, and in my opinion, is the way to play. Next up was Gears of War 4. I chose the visual mode, which also runs the game in 4K 30 FPS. This game is going to be the showpiece for your X on older games. It looks incredible and it's nearly 2 years old. Next up was Forza 7, which already looked incredible on the S, but truly takes advantage of the power available under the hood of the Xbox One X. From there, I put in Shadow of War. I chose the Favor Resolution mode, which runs the game in 4K 30 FPS, and to be completely honest, looks like a different game. Next up was Super Lucky's Tale. Now before I go any further with this, I just want to stress to anyone that's listening or watching to check out this game. Please don't dismiss it because it's $30 or because it's a kid's game. If you're like me, and you have a couple of years under your belt, you grew up on 3D platformers like Banjo-Kazooie or Conker's Bad Fur Day. If you like those games, you're going to love Super Lucky's Tale. And if you have kids, even better, because they could play the game as well. Now next up on the list was Killer Instinct. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm a huge Killer Instinct fan, and it is my favorite fighting game of all time. When it launched on the Xbox One in 2013, it was running at an abysmal 720p. It now runs at an incredible 4K smoothness not found in any other game, or at least fighting game for that matter. Sonic Forces is up next, which came out on Tuesday, and I did not know was going to be an enhanced title. It certainly looks like it because it has visuals as if you're watching a cartoon play on your screen. Now, the last game, and certainly not least of the list, was Star Wars Battlefront 2, which you can play early if you have EA access. The environments on the game are breathtaking to say the least. But more so than that, the character models look like you can reach into the TV and pick them up as if they were toys. Now I'm going to move on to my positives and negatives of the system. I have 5 positives and 1 negative. Let's start off with the positives. 1. Basically, the X is plug and play right out of the box if you preloaded your settings onto an external hard drive, which I suggest that you do. Number 2. The X has a sleek and sharp design. A very clean looking console. The choice to go with a matte black instead of a shiny surface was smart. Number 3. Navigating through menus on the X seems more fluid and are super fast with no lag whatsoever. Number 4. The $500 price tag is well worth the asking price. From what this system delivers as compared to even a medium range PC, you cannot beat the price. Number 5. Delivering true 4K is exactly what Microsoft promised at E3 2016, and they delivered better than I could have expected. Now for the 1 negative, and I really don't consider it a big deal, but I wouldn't be truthful if I didn't speak on it. The glaring issue is how small the hard drive is. The 1 terabyte is not enough. If you only use the internal hard drive, you'll only be able to put 7 to 9 enhanced games because some downloads go as high as 107 gigs, depending on which game you own. The fix for this is simple. By buying an external hard drive, clears up all the issues. You can currently find a 5 terabyte version on Amazon for as low as $139.99. I will link it in the show notes should you want to check it out. Now, moving on to my favorite part of the video, and that is the community spotlight. Today, we're going to be spotlighting UK Dazarus. This dude is the jack of all trades for community members. But what really makes him a true community icon is his moderating skills on at least 9 podcasts, and sometimes more when people ask for his help. On top of an already stacked list, he runs his own podcast called the Dazcast, which airs on Wednesday evenings. You should consider subscribing. The podcast is great, and they provide awesome insight and opinions to the gaming world. If you want to follow him on Twitter, it's at UKDazarus, and look him up on YouTube. Look up the Dazcast, and you'll see what I mean. Well, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and please hit that like button. It helps out the channel and lets me know that you're enjoying the content. You can find me on Twitter at Mr. BoomstickXL, but you can also check me out on Crossfire Podcast Friday nights at 7 p.m. And you can also find me on Coffee, Casuals, and Consoles, which airs Wednesday mornings at 10:30 a.m. Once again, thank you so much for checking out my video. Have an awesome day.